And now, ladies and gentlemen, your next fighter ready to make his way to the cage out of the red corner, Erin Dead Aim Beach.
Erin Beach started boxing at the age of 22. 11-1 as an amateur boxer, 1-1 is his record as a pro boxer. Said that he would still like to keep boxing. Also focusing on MMA, of course. This is his 4th pro fight in the sport and his bellator debut. Enters at 2-1.
Well, he's from San Diego, California, so I got to give him some love, being from SoCal. Not that far from here. You can drive here in about 4 hours from San Diego. But he's not going to get the local support tonight.
Beach describes himself as a very smart and very technical fighter. Said that he wants to keep his distance, jab and move, jab and move.
That's always a good idea, especially a guy like him. Prides himself on his boxing. All good boxing starts with a solid jab. Sets up everything else.
Beach standing 2 inches taller than his opponent. Standing 6'1", very tall for a 155-pounder.
That's very true. He's got to use that reach, use that height. That's going to be key to this fight.
That's about 15-20 seconds behind the actual fight.
Get 99 degrees here in the desert southwest as we are coming to you live from Coco Park Casino in Yuma, Arizona. Jimmy, as someone who's fought outside, is there anything you do differently in terms of hydration or preparation?
You got to be prepared to be dehydrated. I mean, you have to really worry about dehydration. You have to really worry about the sun in your eyes, thing like that. That's a big strategy. Keep your opponent staring at the sun.
And now his opponent ready to make his way to the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, Roscoe Sweet and Low Jackson.
Roscoe Jackson fighting in his hometown, Yuma, Arizona. Played football to junior college level at Arizona Western College, where he was a safety. Started his MMA training 2 years ago. Really part of that huge wave of former college football players now into MMA without a wrestling, boxing, or martial arts background.
It has become a sport of athletes. Guys with an outstanding athletic background want to continue training, and they go to MMA. They don't have the martial arts background that we're used to seeing earlier on in the sport, Sean.
Jackson entering this fight with a record of 1-4 says that he feels he's much better than that. He said really he just has not been physically prepared. Even though he was a JUCO college football player, feels that he just did not have the endurance, the stamina, the cardio for MMA. He said, I've corrected that now with this training camp.
It's a different kind of cardio for MMA. Isn't like any other sport. Got to prepare for MMA. You have to have that specific kind of conditioning.
We told you that Beach described his style as really smart, really technical, wants to keep his distance, jab and move. Jackson says he's very athletic. Guess what? He wants to stand and bang.
Now it's going to be about whether or not Beach can establish that jab, keep his footwork going, and keep Roscoe Jackson from getting inside and banging.
With the official introductions, here again is Michael Williams.
Bellator Fighting Championships along with Coco Park Casino now present your next feature fight of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first the red corner at 6'1", weighing in 155 pounds even. His professional record, 2 wins, 1 loss, from San Diego, California. Introducing Erin Dead Aim Beach. And across the cage, his opponent out of the blue corner at 5'11", weighing in 155 and 1/2 pounds. His professional record stands at 1-4, fighting out of Yuma, Arizona, Roscoe Sweet and Low Jackson. And the referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
A Bellator feature fight in the lightweight division. Erin Beach versus Roscoe Jackson. Jimmy, our tale of the tape.
You see here, both guys very tall for this division, but Erin Beach 6'1". That's very tall for a lightweight.
Jason Herzog is the referee. Round number 1. Tonight's fight clock is sponsored by the Rum Diary, starring Johnny Depp, in theaters October 28th.
And look for Beach to establish that jab. That might be the key to the fight.
Erin Beach is in the blue trunks. Roscoe Jackson is in the red trunks.
Both guys throwing a lot of leather in the beginning.
Again, Jackson said he wants to stand and bang. Feints the kick there. Beach trying to establish his range, establish his reach. And Beach coming out of boxing, 11-1 as an amateur, 1-1 as a pro. You can see he really has the footwork that bounce like a boxer.
He does. He had a nice takedown there. See what he can get done in terms of the ground and pound. Here's where his length, his height might be a disadvantage.
Close guard by Roscoe Jackson.
He's got a lot of distance to land effective ground and pound here.
Beach really wanted to showcase his punching, but he said if he went to the ground, it was imperative that he was not on his back. He said, I'm simply not a closed guard fighter. Jackson now in the open guard, had the closed guard a moment ago. Jackson did tell me that he's really comfortable fighting off of his back.
Problem is that it's the most difficult position to use in MMA, but he's going for the armbar.
Going for the armbar finishes Roscoe Jackson, comfortable indeed, fighting off of his back and looking for the submission.
But he has his feet crossed. You should never do that on an armbar. Makes it a lot less powerful. He's working hard to straighten that arm. Beach needs to stay composed, put that right shoulder into the leg. Keep him stacked and he gets out.
Good submission escape there by Erin Beach. Beach trying to hold this top position on the ground. 2 minutes gone in this opening round.
Staying very tight inside control. Nice short shots by the boxer.
Beach throwing from a tough angle. Difficult to generate power when you're sitting on your knees. Jackson trying to move, trying to turn, trying to posture up and out.
That's where those forearm shots come in. The forearms, elbows. Don't need a lot of room to land effective strikes with those.
Beach still holding top position. Something he said was key to his ground game and letting go with the right hand.
Now he has some space to land that right, and he does.
See Beach posturing up on his knees, looking for striking distance.
This is not where Jackson wants to be.
Jackson on his hip, trying to turn.
For a boxer, he's holding side control very well. Good pressure.
Trying to bridge there.
Going knee across, going to full mount. He got it.
Full mount indeed, achieved by Erin Beach. Beach will now try to let go with the full-on ground and pound as soon as he can raise up, and here it comes the right hand. Jackson just trying to hold his man close. Grasping his own hands, holding a waist lock and loses it. Now gives his back. Both hooks now in for Erin Beach. Trying to flatten out Roscoe Jackson.
Oh, looks like he might have it. Can't see if it's under the chin.
Going for the rear naked choke, and there's the tap. Submission win for Erin Beach, just like that.
Well, for a boxer, he doesn't have a bad submission game. Both hooks in, flattened him out, got his arm underneath. Beautiful finish.
Ask a couple questions.
See here, had him in a compromising position. Started with the mount. As soon as he turned his back, both hooks in, and that right arm just slid right underneath the chin. And good hip pressure. Nowhere to go for Roscoe Jackson, and he has no choice but to tap out. You see here, both hooks in, and nice hip pressure. That's the key to a good rear naked choke, is that hip pressure. Got his man flattened out.
Watch the hand of Jackson.
Just waiting to tap. He knew it was deep. He had no way out. Great submission win.
3 minutes, 52 seconds, the time of the first round submission for Erin Beach.
Thank you guys for watching. Love y'all.
Jimmy, when you're coaching your fighters, you tell them, don't put your hand up like that, right?
No, don't let your opponent know that he almost has you. If you're going to tap, you tap desperation last second because you're trying to get out.
That's just something that comes out of training because you're putting your hand there and then you carry it over into a fight.
Can't do that ever.
Like when he left his hand over.
Good Bellator debut for Erin Beach.
Yeah, he's kind of signaled he's getting ready to tap out.
The only man wearing a jacket here in Yuma, Arizona is Michael Williams. He is in the Bellator cage. We'll send it back to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 3 minutes, 52 seconds into round number 1. The tap comes by way of a rear naked choke. The winner, by submission, Erin.
Stand by.
Dead Aim Beach.
The the winner by way of first-round submission in his Bellator debut. Aaron Beach defeats Roscoe Jackson. Thankfully, I was allowed not to wear my jacket. It's back in the hotel room closet because it is hot. 99 degrees here under the sun in Yuma, Arizona. Sunset scheduled for right about 6 o'clock Pacific time, local time here. And that's the time when you need to switch from online to television. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Go from where you're watching us now, either Spike.com or Bellator.com, to MTV2 or FX2 in HD. Let's throw it back to Jimmy Smith.